Hey everyone, welcome back to Code Chat and Chai. Grab your cup and let's look at what happened in the market today. Today is Friday, July 31st. We are navigating a critical structural junction, the simultaneous closing of both the weekly and monthly candles. Institutional players monitor this dual close to establish their directional bias, often using the resulting price level to anchor their positioning for the start of August. Globally, equity markets are showing significant strength. Overnight, US markets rallied, led by a 3.36% surge in a Nasdaq and a 17% contraction in the VIX. That momentum extended into the Asian session. Japan's Nikkei gained 4% while South Korean markets jumped 14% at the open. In contrast, India has shown a heavily muted reaction to this global surge, managing only a 53-point gap up and a subsequent flat to small open. This nifty open interest graph reveals why price is pinned in a 200-point consolidation zone. A massive put wall defends 24,200, while call riders cap 24,400. This creates a paradox, a bullish 1.29 put-call ratio, yet VIX below 13 suggests dangerous complacency. Local technicals display a state of equilibrium, but the tightening of these boundaries suggests the market is nearing a point where this consolidation must resolve. To understand the catalyst for that resolution, we have to look past local technicals and examine an asymmetric risk vector currently hovering over the session. The primary macro catalyst is the pending interest rate decision from the Bank of Japan, a move capable of overriding local price action. Tokyo CPI printed at 2%, exceeding the 1.7% forecast. This increases the probability of the BOJ raising interest rates toward the 1% mark. This flowchart outlines the yen carry trade. First, investors borrow capital from Japanese banks at near 0% interest. Then, this zero-cost capital is deployed into higher-yielding US risk assets. A BOJ rate hike instantly increases borrowing costs, triggering an immediate repatriation of capital. The result is often mass liquidation in US equities to satisfy margin requirements, a process of profit booking that would quickly transmit into the Indian markets. For the August transition, the strategy requires respecting this carry trade threat and relying strictly on time frame confluence rather than directional bias. We begin our top-down deconstruction with the Nifty monthly chart to assess the state of the primary trend. Price action is currently facing a clean resistance barrier that has stalled the recent advance. Technically, this level aligns with the previous Dow theory higher-low breach, a zone that often acts as a pivot for long-term momentum. Today's monthly close is a binary event. A close above this level provides bullish confirmation for the coming month, while a close below keeps the broader trend in a state of uncertainty. On the Nifty weekly chart, we see evidence of extreme volatility compression occurring beneath the surface. The Bollinger Bands are currently squeezed between the 50-period and 200-period moving averages, indicating that price is coiling within a very narrow range. Momentum indicators are mixed. The MACD and RSI remain nominally bullish, but we are still waiting for a stochastic crossover to provide a clear signal of trend resumption. This Bollinger squeeze suggests that a breakout is likely approaching, but from a technical standpoint, we lack directional clarity until the market can secure a weekly close above 24,550 dropping down to the daily time frame allows us to assess the immediate localized structure. Yesterday's daily close was a positive development as price successfully moved above the downward resistance trend line. However, there is a risk of a fake out. If today produces a significant red candle that moves back below this trend line, the recent breakout will be structurally invalidated. The hourly line chart provides a more granular look at the internal wave structure of the current rally. The current movement appears to be completing a 5-wave Elliott structure. We are likely witnessing the terminal portion of this move, specifically the fifth of the fifth wave, which often marks the apex of a trend leg. This wave, 5 apex, coincides with two significant resistance points: the 24,400 call OI Bol and the upper Bollinger Band at 24,450. The micro time frame has reached a point of structural exhaustion exactly at the higher time frame resistance levels. This alignment suggests that the risk-reward profile is currently leaning toward the downside. To confirm this exhaustion, we must cross-reference price action with the August 23,900 call premium chart. Currently, metrics still favor the buyers. The premium remains above the upward-sloping weekly VWAP, a key indicator of short-term trend strength. The directional movement index also confirms this, with the positive DI line maintaining its position above the negative DI. However, there is a divergence forming. While the index is reaching higher highs, The RSI on the call premium is showing a clear bearish divergence, suggesting that underlying momentum is slowing. Before initiating any bearish trades on calls, we look for specific triggers: a topping candle, RSI dropping below its signal, and breaching the Dow theory low. We see a different dynamic on the put premium chart, which helps us gauge the immediate downside risk. The put premium RSI is an extreme oversold territory, a condition that can often persist in strong trends but warns caution for sellers. Despite the oversold RSI, the trend indicators show the negative DI remains dominant, and the ADX is rising, signaling that the current downward trend and put premiums remains intact for now. The overall takeaway from the derivative data is that while price action is nominally bullish, the decay in momentum suggests that fresh long entries are structurally unfavorable at these levels. Using a clean 75-minute chart, we can map out the primary scenario for August, a 50 to 60% retracement of the recent move, before a new trend establishes itself. There are two competing Elliott wave structures to monitor. As we move into the next week, probability 1 is a standard corrective move. This would be a sluggish, overlapping ABC correction down to the 62% Fibonacci level at 23,900. A sluggish structure like this would indicate a healthy second wave correction, potentially setting the stage for a stronger advance later in the month. Probability 2 is more aggressive. In this scenario, the market drops in a clear, impulsive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sequence, moving rapidly through support levels. An impulsive drop would suggest that the entire rally from July was an expanded flat, but to wait and classify the geometry of the first downward leg once it begins. Translating these models into an actionable stance, we remain cautiously bullish for a very short window, potentially just 1 to 2 more sessions. Our current rule for offensive play is to avoid any fresh positional bullish trades, while the market is trapped in this dual exhaustion zone. For those holding active positions, the defensive focus should be on aggressively trailing stops for any existing put-sell trades. Specifically, we suggest trailing stop losses tightly to the previous day's high. Protecting capital against a potential macro shift is more critical than maximizing the final few points of a move. Managing a macro-micro convergence like this requires disciplined execution of these if-then parameters, ensuring we react to structural changes rather than anticipating them.
That is our quick breakdown for today. Don't let the short-term noise distract you from the long-term. What are you holding in your portfolio right now? Let me know in the comments below. Market chats over chai, and I'll see you in the next one.